Now it's kind of come back. It's boomeranged back to Russell Wilson, where his season's not going all so hot in Denver. Geno Smith has just become a folk hero, man.
Yeah.
It's
I could not have been more wrong about the Seattle Seahawks. My gosh, what an unbelievable start they're off to.
The credit to the Seahawks social media team that did a classic old takes exposed montage today.
Oh,
they took all the
I hope they did, because
Adam Shine,
I was right there.
Stephen A. Smith, all the football prognosticators on Get Up, and they're just like, yep, all these takes are like they moved all the takes into the trash. It was good. It's good. And to your point about Tyler Lockett with the Seattle Seahawks, people have been trying to wonder why it's gone this way for Russell Wilson. I think that exchange explains why. There's an inauthenticity to Russell that when you're winning, people will put up with.
It's okay.
Now that you're not,
you're eccentric when you're winning.
What's the consistency, by the way? Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, they could not take advantage of an uncharacteristically bad game from Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and he's just on the sideline frustrated. And this was after a week of I'm going to have to crack the whip. I'm going to have to crack the whip and stuff.
Does he have a stamp in the upper right-hand corner of his forehead at this point? He is completely mailed in this NFL season. I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah, it's
He's not self-aware enough to realize how embarrassing it is for him.
Meanwhile, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I feel sorry for Brady. I feel sorry for Brady in that I cannot imagine what it's like to have all that stuff play out publicly in the middle. Now I get that he brought it upon himself. He put his marriage in danger just for playing football after he'd accomplished everything that he had to accomplish. But
I feel sorry for the Buccaneers, because there's no half measures in the NFL.
It's fair.
If you retire, as it's been said before, the minute you think about getting out, you're out.
Yeah.
You might as well be out, particularly in a physical activity like that. So his half measure commitment is what has put the Buccaneers in the situation that they're in. Now, my question to you is, do you believe in sports karma? Do you believe in karma in general? Do you believe in sports karma?
I believe in sports karma.
Okay. So if you're the Carolina Panthers, then you should try. Because it's my opinion that there is such a thing as sports karma. What did we learn about the process with Philadelphia? The Philadelphia 76ers, who all those years, they amassed all those first-round picks. One of those first-round picks in Markelle Fultz got the yips and couldn't shoot.
Yep.
Who they took, not only did they take him, they traded up for him and passed on Jason Tatum, who is a verified NBA superstar right now. And now Fultz is cut and actually is quasi-functional for the Orlando Magic. That, to me, is sports karma.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Of the other draft picks that they took, only one turned out. One of them is literally cannot shoot, is airballing layups. They were smart enough at least to get James Harden for him, and I'm talking, of course, about Ben Simmons, but they did all of this tanking, and they essentially got Joel Embiid out of it. Mm-hmm. And that all that's going to get them now is, what, 2 playoff series wins, I think?
Yeah, in the grand scheme, nothing.
Because they openly tanked. When you look at the quarterbacks right now who are dominating in the NFL, and it is quote unquote easier to tank in the NFL because if you suck, you're guaranteed the number 1 pick. There's no lottery.
Nope.
Okay? But you look at the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, in Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes in the 2017 draft was the 10th pick in that draft. Mm-hmm. Right? Before him was taken Mitch Trubisky. Who was the number 2 pick?
But in fairness to when that pick happened, a lot of people were flabbergasted by the Mitch Trubisky.
I understand that, but who would you rather be? The Chiefs, who made the smart move and tried? Mm-hmm. Remember, at the time they had Alex Smith, or would you rather be the Bears, maybe, who weren't trying and ended up with the second pick? And you're sitting here going, "Well, we have the second pick. We're going to get a franchise quarterback."
Well, and we're seeing this on the trade deadline, by the way, because I do think that.
But let me get to the pièce de résistance, though.
Yeah.
2018. You're the Browns. You have the number 1 pick. The Jets, you're the number 3 pick. You're sitting here going, well, we got the number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. We got the number 3 pick. Mm-hmm. We're guaranteed a franchise quarterback. Mm. We can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can.
Meanwhile, the Bills pick 7, and they get the best quarterback, not only in the draft in Josh Allen, but the best quarterback right now in the NFL.
A couple things that are at play here. Not every trajectory is the same. If it was that easy, then every pick every top 10 pick ends up being good. All right. So we understand that these things kind of are a 50-50 at best shot. But the consistency in the teams that are winning right now, the organizations did things to get better. Better coaching, better personnel decisions. Even Russell Wilson, who succeeded in Seattle, to tie it back to the start of this conversation, there was a shift in draft strategy where if you could build out your defense or have playmakers offensively, you could take a flyer on a guy in the draft because ultimately it was cheap. It was cheap to get a young guy in the draft because they had reworked how the payouts happened. So we didn't have another, what was it, Sam
Bradford is the one who broke the system, yes.
Sam Bradford breaks the system, and now you have what you have, where you can just churn through these guys and it doesn't cost you a lot of money. It allows teams to develop over time, too, if there's a brain trust there.
Well, in that window, yes.
We've seen this with the Bills.
Yeah.
They realize the window they have. That gets to part 2. They're then aggressive with it rather than staying pat. They go out and they get Stephon Diggs. What did the Eagles do? They felt, okay, in this iteration with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts is coming around, who'd they trade for?
A.J. Brown.
How's that panning out for him?
Huge.
Pretty darn good. The Chiefs around Patrick Mahomes were loaded with playmakers. I know they were. That allowed Patrick Mahomes to do the Patrick Mahomes things. And there was some question as to whether or not, well, hey, man, how's that going to work when you don't have Tyreek Hill?
Sure.
Which I'll get to in a second. Well, Patrick Mahomes developed even more into the guy that we're seeing. He's only gotten better. Tyreek Hill. That gets to another team that had built through the draft, built through some and loaded up property so they could go and get a Tyreek Hill. They could go and get Waddle. And now they're truly seeing what they've got in Tua Tagovailoa. Not every team allows themselves to have this process because of those windows. This is the big frustration with the Carolina Panthers under David Tepper. He hasn't allowed, he got the front office personnel wrong. That was the biggest one. And then under that personnel, how have they been? Not patient.
Got the coach wrong. Today. We'll see with Fitterer. We'll see.
Well, they got the coach wrong, and that coach making the decisions got things wrong. Because it's not lost on me that yesterday, win or lose with the Carolina Panthers, it's not lost on me that P.J. Walker, here's the irony. P.J. Walker
was one of us.
Was
the definition of one of us.
It was the way of the Panther. P.J. Walker was a Matt Rule guy, the XFL Mahomes. And we all understood, man, this dude's probably on the roster because he is one of us. And that's fine. You can be a backup QB. But Matt Rule couldn't even get his guy to flourish the way that this group under Steve Wilkes has completely reworked how things are going offensively. Y'all not seeing it now? It's not just Christian McCaffrey. It's not just about Christian McCaffrey taking off for the San Francisco 49ers through a trade. And
it's about not being prepared for the season.
Right.
Period.
That's what it's all about.
They were not prepared to play football this year.
This is not Steve Wilkes' first rodeo. Heck, it's not even Ben McAdoo's first rodeo. Oh. But when you're going to prepare like an NFL group should prepare, well, I think you're seeing the results right now. I'm not trying to tell you that the Panthers are good, but they're at least more interesting now. We saw that play out yesterday in a loss to the Atlanta Falcons, which honestly, they should have won. Steve Wilkes is the interim head coach of the Carolina Panthers, and here he is on that loss to the Atlanta Falcons.
We didn't find a way to finish. We had too many opportunities to win this football game, and we didn't find a way to get it done. And that falls on me. We got to make sure that we're smart enough, something to learn from. Celebration penalty, big play like that. We got to keep our poise. It was a great job with DJ coming up with the big play in the end zone. Great pass by PJ. But as a team, we got to make sure that we're smart and just ready to take it to the next level, next step.
So that's Steve Wilkes, interim head coach of the Carolina Panthers. A lot of people are focused on the draft pick for the Panthers, which, fine, I get it. With the loss, they actually are third now in the draft order. Had they won, they would have been atop the NFC South or tied for the NFC South.
19th is where Atlanta is right now.
It's so funny. It is so funny. But again, ahead in the division. There's one thing that I actually would have been rooting for, and that would be, what would David Tepper do if Steve Wilkes actually rallied this team, won the division, and heck, even won a playoff game, turned P.J. Walker, Matt Rule's guy, into a serviceable quarterback that's helping him win games while they got 2 top 3 pick QBs holding clipboards, all right? What would David Tepper have done? Would he actually have gone and chased the big hot name in NFL circles to hire as the next head coach? Or Would he have seen the results on this season and a team rallying around a guy that got him to the division, and then maybe win a playoff game, and you hire? We've seen this before in the NFL. What did we see with the Raiders?
Bisaccia, Rich.
Who'd they hire?
Oh my God, they're so bad this year. Josh McDaniels, he peaked in the Hall of Fame game.
Right. Josh McDaniels, one of those names that he's going to be handed the keys to the Bill Belichick kingdom in New England.
It's quite a kingdom without Tom Brady, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of weird, right? Should have just hired Bisaccia, man.
Swami.
Oh, well.